Thank you so much for joining me on this absolutely awesome broadcast. Today's one is very, very vital in terms of youth empowerment, building up our youth, and we've come across a company that we're going to be chatting to about specifically how they've got a youth initiative going through as well. So we're going to be chatting to Philip from Wolffish Consulting, sorry, and they're going to be chatting to us and finding out exactly what you can do or how you can get involved in terms of the YouTube they've got running as well. I'm Zaibullah. Welcome to Chai with Zai. And pretty masks are going to be mandatory in fact from tomorrow, so I hope you've got your mask already. It is Chai with Zai. I'm fasting, so yeah, not much chai here, but we're going to have lots of fun on the show. If you want to get in touch with us, simple, right? Get in touch via WhatsApp 08104000511. Love to hear from you. Love to showcase your brand, your product on SkyeRadio on this platform as well. I'm not going to take too much time. I'm going to bring into our stream Philip Stephen. So, Philip, good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us on SkyeRadio.
Hi, Zaid. Thank you so much for taking the time to chat to us today.
Now, Philip, tell us a little bit about Wolffish Consulting and the youth empowerment project that you guys are working on. I know that it's something that sits very close to your heart as well as your team. Let us find out exactly, and let's get straight, what is Wolffish Consulting and this project?
Yes. So Wolffish Consulting is a career advisory firm, and we assist individuals in identifying their ideal next career opportunity. And currently we're working on a project specifically with previously unemployed youth. This project lies very close to our heart. We are assisting these individuals whom have completed a 12-month readiness program within the financial services sector to find permanent employment once their work readiness program comes to an end.
Great. Now, if you can elaborate a bit about the life skill set and the skill set that these candidates have obviously learned over the past months. Let's delve into that, and how would that be able to value a prospective employer?
Okay, absolutely. These candidates have been working within the banking environment, where they've been exposed to direct sales and promotional activities of certain banking account products. They've also been exposed to daily operational activities such as chasing targets and working and doing reporting on a weekly and bi-weekly basis via a mobile platform. And then naturally working within the banking environment, they've also been taught a great deal with regards to professional conduct within the workplace and important customer service and how to properly engage from a customer service perspective. These candidates have really spent a lot of time and training within the branch, learning not only from the work readiness program, but also learning from the branch from the branch personnel.
Now, what are companies ideally looking to obviously to talk to, in terms of these candidates, etc.? What companies are you looking to obviously get these candidates into the employment space?
Yes. So ideally, we're looking to speak to organizations who are looking to employ people within a customer service kind of environment or people within a sales kind of environment. So let's say an organization is looking to employ telesales candidates or telesales employees. These candidates would be ideal for those kind of roles because they've gone through customer service training, they've gone through sales training, they can easily slot into that kind of environment. We're also not just looking at large corporates, we're also looking at SMMEs, smaller organizations that are looking to employ one or two salespeople or customer service related individuals. These guys would be perfect for those roles. They've gone through this training. They know how to directly sell products face to face to clients. they would add so much value from a sales perspective or customer service perspective to organizations. So any organizations within that need sales or customer service roles, these guys would be perfect for those roles.
Now, if you've just joined us on the stream, we're talking to Philip Stephen Visser from Wolffish Consulting, and they've got an awesome youth initiative program where they basically a youth empowerment program. That's an initiative that Wolffish is running through. They've got qualified candidates that have gone through a work readiness program. They basically are ready for basically your organization, ready for interview, ready to get into the workspace. And it's we're going to be chatting to Philip about contact details, etc. So welcome to you. Thank you so much for joining us on the stream, and huge thank you to you, Philip, for joining us in this unprecedented times, as they may call it.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for the opportunity
Now,
to chat to you.
No, it's our pleasure. I think we're honored to have you on board, and we want to compliment you and the team at Wolffish for basically bringing such an important initiative to fruition. Because if now more than ever our country needs empowered, trained, and ready youth that are basically will go into any kind of corporation or any kind of initiative or companies, SMME, corporate, finance, etc., and they would make a huge difference. So huge big up to you guys for that. How ready, actually, where are the participants based? So let's look at the various options of where they're based.
Yes. So these candidates are currently working within the Nedbank retail environment. They're based in most metropolitan or the three major metropolitans, Durban, Johannesburg, and Cape Town. And their work readiness program is actually coming to an end at the moment. And they are ready to go out on interviews. They are ready to take up employment at any given stage right now.
And that brings me to the next one. Are there any costs involved, such as placement fees, or costs involved, such as agency commissions, etc.?
I think often when we engage with potential employers, based on the fact that most agencies out there are recruitment agencies, that's one of the questions that always come up is but how much do we need to pay to take these people or take these candidates on board? And the nice thing about working with us is that there's no agency commissions or placement fees attached to this program, because it's purely a youth employment initiative. So what an organization would be responsible from a cost perspective is obviously costs associated with the onboarding cost of onboarding of these candidates, and then obviously the salary associated. But there's no cost involved in terms of working through Wolffish Consulting in terms of taking these candidates on board.
Now, the unprecedented times that we've been living in, obviously with COVID and lockdown, it's just over 30 days of that. How's that affected the project that you've been involved with the team as well?
As I mentioned to you when we were chatting beforehand, one of the biggest things that we've seen is obviously our timeframes have been impacted. Most of these candidates have gone through their work readiness program over the last 12 months. That 12 months has now come to an end, and they are ready to be employed. But because of obviously circumstances beyond any of our control, that have now been pushed out in not only once but more than once. So timeframes have really been a big impact on this project. And then the other thing that's really impacted our business and this project is obviously the uncertainty in the economy and the uncertainty with COVID-19, and that's influenced hiring decisions from potential employers. So potential employers are nervous in terms of making commitments, inviting people for interviews, and extending offers, because a lot of businesses out there, especially smaller businesses, are not even sure whether they're still going to be in business in 3 months' time. So I think those two things, time frames and economic uncertainty, has really impacted this project at this stage.
Now, obviously, your task as being a career advisor is not an easy one. I remember being a student way back years ago, and you always faced as a individual student, wherever you may be, you always faced with this kind of confusion of where the market is, where my passions sit, etc. as well. How can you obviously avoid the youth from not wasting precious time and getting to the right career?
Oh, that's a difficult one. I think it's always difficult as a youngster to know where you want to align yourself in terms of your career. And I think the biggest thing is people shouldn't feel pressurized to do that. What you're doing right now at the age of 22 is not necessarily what you're going to be ending up doing at the age of 32. So take it in your stride and grab any opportunity that comes your way that you can see might develop into something. I think one of the biggest pitfalls that people experience when it comes to wasting time is that they stop applying for roles. They apply for 5 roles and then they kind of stop applying for job opportunities. My advice to anybody out there, not just young people, but anybody out there that's looking for a job opportunity, is you should be applying every single day with as much time as you've got available. Just keep applying, because if you consider our unemployment rate in our country, you are amongst a lot of other people that are also looking for opportunities. So you really need to kind of consistently apply and get your CV in front of as many potential employers as you possibly can. Take some time throughout the day. Say, you know what, I'm going to apply for 50 positions a day if I can, and stick to that, and just keep plugging away at it. Don't stop and wait for feedback. Just keep applying for as many opportunities as you possibly can, and obviously opportunities that your skill set speaks to. I think another thing that's often a time waster is individuals feel that, I want to apply for to work at well-known organizations. I want to work, but the thing is, if you only want to work for a well-known organization, everybody else also wants to work for a well-known organization. Don't discount smaller. Don't discount SMMEs. Those are often great opportunities at SMMEs. Do some research, look at other opportunities other than with well-known brands, and then often with those small to medium organizations, your hiring decisions are often quicker, and it's often a great opportunity or a great growth and learning opportunity in terms of working for those organizations, because you often wear more than one hat. You don't just wear one hat. You learn so many skill sets when working for SMMEs as well.
Thank you for that, Philip. If you've just locked in, thank you so much for joining us on Chai with Zai. We're talking to Philip Stephen Visser from Wolffish Consulting. They've got a great initiative. They have youth candidates that are ready for workplace placement, and more specifically in the financial services arena. We're going to be chatting more about the candidates shortly as well. But thank you, Philip, for joining us. And that point that you just made was vital, because as much as it's difficult to hear the answer no, or to get that inbox that email in your inbox and say you have not qualified, or we're not going to be proceeding to the next part of this process. As much as it hits you here as a youngster, as not even a youngster, as anybody, it hits you quite hard. The fact that Philip just put out as a career advisor and a huge consultant in terms of Wolffish is, don't give up. Keep on at it. If you have to spend 5 minutes less on scrolling up Facebook or YouTube or watching reruns, spend that minutes less and really focus on getting your CV out there. And it's okay. Those no's will turn into a yes at one stage or the other. Now, the next question that I've got
Absolutely.
is, thank you, Philip. The next one that I want to focus on is the interview process. Now, I remember as young as I've been, or I was getting into an interview as young as maybe 18, 17, just in front of someone that's a lot more smarter and basically in a employment role. I remember myself personally getting involved because I wanted to grasp that interview experience. How vital is that interview experience for our candidates and corporates? They need to obviously give these youngsters a chance to showcase their skills. Would you agree?
Um, yes, absolutely. From an interview perspective, um, an interview experience perspective, research is vital. I think often people don't do enough research when it comes to going for an interview. If you think, anything in life, you need to do enough research, and people just don't do enough research when they go for interviews. They think quickly scrolling through a company's website, 15 minutes before you go into an interview is going to suffice, but it's unfortunately not enough. It's actually really, really time consuming. Or you should really take a lot of time to prepare for an interview. Go through news. Go check out on Google News. See what has this company been doing for the last 10 years, or the last 5 years, or the last 2 years. What have they been up to? What products have they developed? What have they not developed? Where have they lost money? Where have they gained traction? What is it that this organization actually, what have they actually done? And then obviously research then the individual that is going to interview you. So from my perspective, research and preparation for an interview is absolutely vital, and I don't think people do enough, because that preparation will show that you are really interested in working for an organization. And then I also think actually telling them that you want to work for them. I think it's vital to sign an interview. You know what? I want to work for you guys, and this is why I want to work for you guys, and this is why I feel I can add value. A lot of people see an interview as you just being asked questions and you just answering those questions, but it's actually you having an opportunity to sell yourself. You need to tell these organizations, this is why I want to work for you, this is how I can add value in your business, and this is what I can do for you. And those are going to be things that stand out for them as well. From a perspective that we feel that organizations need to give um, youngsters opportunities, it's very difficult. People don't always interview well. And that interview is the opportunity that you have to showcase what you can do for that organization. And organizations can't always take an opportunity or take a chance on somebody. I think we would all love for organizations to be able to do that, but unfortunately, that's just not something that they can always do. But I can promise you, if you showcase that you have done proper research and you've showcased that you are interested in that organization, you're going to stick in their heads. You're going to stick in that interviewer's head, and they're going to remember you. And at some stage, it might actually turn into something nice, and they might actually contact you back. You never know. The biggest thing is do your research and make that first impression count.
Oh, the digital world, obviously through COVID-19, it's a new world that we're entering into, and that we've already started developing over the last few weeks. What tools and areas have you and the team at Wolffish Consulting focused on to ensure that you are ready and the candidates are ready?
Um, in terms of tools, from a digital perspective, our world has gone digital for a very long time now. I think people think it's been sudden, but it hasn't been sudden. It's been slowly creeping up on us for a very long time. We are very lucky. Our business is completely automated, or completely digital. Sorry, not automated. Completely digital, completely able to be online. We don't have a physical office space. We travel consistently between the major centers, Cape Town, Joburg, Durban, and that has forced us to incorporate a lot of things such as Zoom, Skype, WhatsApp, LinkedIn, all of those platforms into our business. And that's essentially how we operate our business already. Just to give you an idea, these last 5 weeks that I've been in lockdown has been the longest that I've been in one space this year. So we have really been forced to take our business online. And I think from the candidates' perspective, they have the youth of our country and of the world is absolutely amazing. They are so far in front of us when it comes to in terms of knowing the digital platforms, that they are definitely ready, and this is their kind of world. This is what they're used to. They know how to work in this environment already. They can actually teach us a thing or two, I believe.
I agree with you. I think our youth are really empowered, and it's again a huge compliment to you and the team for giving them, I think, the right kind of tools, the skill set. That's a hardy. They also want to be part of the show, I'm sure.
I know.
They on my side as well. So yeah, they part and parcel of this. So
Well,
what I was
it's
saying
our
was
holidays are talking to each other. Sorry, and I'm
the
having a
youth
headset
really
malfunction.
no, it's all good. The youth really once and again where I'm going with this is would Wolffish Consult putting them into a readiness program, upskilling them, making sure that they are workplace ready, and really, obviously instilling that passion into them. That helps hugely because they've already got their way, their way of thinking. When I'm talking about youth, their kind of idea of digital, etc., is miles ahead compared to some of us, especially me, old fossils like me. But once you instill the tools that Wolffish has done, and you as Philip has done in terms of career advising, they basically the sky them, and it's just about corporate getting in touch and really giving them the opportunity, even if it is for an interview. Let's look at remote working, and I've started doing that a lot. Remote working is going to be something that's really it's already started. It's taken, it's kind of it's more focused now than ever. Can our youth or part of this program and initiative attract companies that would need their skill set of remote working? Are they ready?
Absolutely. I just want to backtrack a little. In terms of the project, our services have been retained to specifically find these individuals opportunities out there in the market. The work readiness program was actually the work readiness program is a NetBank initiative, and they've taken the time to take these candidates through that program. We have been brought on board to take these individuals into the workplace. So in terms of their skill set, it's definitely a great skill set for that they've been taught. In terms of remote working, I believe remote working is something that allows you to effectively manage your work-life balance. But that's a personal opinion. I think remote working isn't for everybody, but I think it's something that's definitely going to grow. I think we've been forced to embrace it now, and I think it's something that's going to grow in the sense that a lot more organizations are going to feel comfortable to do remote working. In terms of these candidates, they are definitely ready to do remote working. They've gone through that training. They're already self-managing. And I think self-management is the biggest thing when it comes to remote working. These candidates are already self-managing. They're used to doing reporting via mobile platform. So they entering their sales activities. They're saying what they're doing via mobile platform, which allows them to self-manage quite a lot. And that allows them in terms of being able to work remotely, because they'll be able to do that self-management, and I think that is the key when it comes to remote working.
Now, how do companies or corporates get in touch with yourself? People that are needing to hire, youth, part of this initiative. How do they find out more? Get in touch with you. Where can they go?
They can obviously get in touch with me via my email address. They can reach me on Philip at wolffish.co.za. I'll spell that for you because it is sometimes a little bit of a tongue twister. It's Philip. That's PHILIP at Wolf. That's WOLF. Fish. That's FISH.co.za. So it's Philip at wolffish.co.za. Please pop me a mail. And then I'm very active on LinkedIn. Anybody can look me up on LinkedIn and connect with me, and I'll be able to engage through that platform as well. We've really integrated LinkedIn into our business quite well, and I'm very active on LinkedIn. So I'm available on LinkedIn, and then I'm also available via my email address.
I appreciate you taking time. I'm just typing in your email address so that we can send it through. So it's HILIP at WOLFISH. Got it? Is that right?
Sorry, just repeat that for me. I lost you there a little.
I'm just typing in your email address so people that are watching this will be able to get in touch. It's PHILIP at WOLFFISH.co.za. So it's double F.
That's correct. Yes, double F, one L.
Great.
That's correct.
Great. So I'm going to run it through so that people can actually get in touch with you. What we want to do is we at Chai with Zai, we at SkyeRadio, we don't normally stop at one specific interview. What we normally do is we'd like to obviously engage with you and find out more. And on our next episode or next time that we chat, I'm going to basically ask you, let's see if we can get one of our candidates in, kind of really give us an idea of their skill set, etc. We definitely want to do that. I know that you've got some great ideas or great videos up of the candidates already, because video is working well at the moment in terms of digital media and LinkedIn, etc. And that's where a lot of people can actually quickly see some sort of value from a candidate and possibly make arrangements to obviously work through from there. So I want to say thank you, and I look forward to us bringing more conversations like this, bringing more value to this initiative as well.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. We'd love to chat to you again, and thank you for the opportunity. And yeah, please visit our LinkedIn page. There's definitely a lot of or there is a video on there already from one of our candidates, which could give a lot of info. And there's a lot of things on there that actually explains in terms of what the project is and what we are trying to achieve. And we would really appreciate it if we can get in touch with some companies that are keen on taking these individuals on board. And thank you to you
So I'm going to just
for taking the time to chat to us today, and obviously to all the stakeholders involved.
Well, I want to say thank you to you, Philip. The email address is flashing on your screen at the moment. Maybe you know someone that needs, maybe you know an SMME or a corporate that would need this kind of youth initiative skill set. So get in touch with Philip. That's my real call on to you, is get in touch with him. Make sure that you find out exactly, or maybe you can actually assist in some way in terms of the program. Get in touch with Philip. I reached out to him, and it's a simple kind of reaching out and saying, hey, listen, how can we add value? That's all that we need. That's what we need more of. Our president has said that, and Philip has basically mentioned that during the interview as well. To bring value, and that's exactly what we want to do. So please get in touch with Philip. Philip, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to us chatting soon about more onboarding, in terms of Wolffish Consulting, and also chatting to some of the candidates as well. Thank you for your time.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Take care. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.
And that was right here. Right. That was Philip right here from Wolffish Consulting. Thank you so much for these 25 or 30 minutes that you spent with us on SkyeRadio, finding out a lot more about basically how we can empower the youth, and that's vital for us. So get in touch with him. I've put his email address down here. I'll share the links to their website as well. It's important to really upskill yourself and also share. If we can really share some kind of value to someone and say, hey, listen, you've been looking out, or you've got this kind of skill set, get in touch, or you've been looking for a candidate of this caliber, get in touch with Philip, get in touch with Wolffish Consulting. That's vital. My name is Zaidullah. Thank you so much for joining me on SkyeRadio. We're going to do this again tomorrow. I'm not sure on the time just yet. We'll post it up. If you want to get in touch and get onto the show, showcase something that you're doing, 08104000511. Send me a WhatsApp. I'll invite you in and we'll chat. It's about we bringing value to you, and you obviously adding splendor to SkyeRadio. Thank you very much once again. Take care.